Gabriel Nadales is with us. You're a national director for Our America, a nonprofit organization that works with local communities. Maybe let's start there. That includes Hispanic and Latino communities. They have undocumented people who are in the U.S. without the proper documents. They have seen this coming for months. It's the one thing that Donald Trump signaled very clearly is that he is going to do deportations. He said the largest deportation program in U.S. history. How are they preparing for this? How have they been preparing?
Well, there's one of the things that when it comes to Latino communities is that they really embrace President Trump during this election. I mean, we saw Latino men actually voted in a majority of Latino men voted for them, and Latino voters I believe it was 49% of them voted for President Trump. Now,
so we're not talking about undocumented immigrants here.
No, we're not talking about it. Definitely not. So we have to wonder, why is this the case? Well, a lot of the reasons why is because a lot of Hispanic communities, even those who have family members who are undocumented themselves, they tend to agree with the fact that we have to go after people who have committed crimes in this country. It should be, when it comes to other people, we can't really get to them until we are able to secure the border and we're able to prosecute people or
Sorry, what do you mean by other people?
Sorry, other people with undocumented people who have not committed crimes or crimes outside of just the border crossing. People who are trying to have their lives here, live the American dream. We can't really focus on them until we really talk about the criminal activity that is perpetrated by several different criminal aliens. We have to make sure that we kick those people out.
Why do you make that nexus between undocumented immigrants and criminal activity? We know that within any population group, and the statistics bear this out, within any population group, there is going to be some crime committed. There is not a higher incidence of crime among undocumented immigrants.
I agree, 100%. And if you look at the statistics, immigrants are less likely than natural-born immigrants or natural-born Americans to commit crimes. That's kind of a red herring, though, because when you actually look at the population, you still have a good 23 or some percent of people in federal detention who are aliens. Well, regardless if they commit crimes at less of a rate, they still shouldn't be here. You commit a crime, you should still be kicked out of the country because you're a guest here.
This is all happening without the benefit of an actual immigration reform, which seems to be what both sides, the Democrats and Republicans, want. An actual law that says what's supposed to be happening rather than layers of government fighting each other. Could Donald Trump be the one to pass immigration reform?
There's been several presidents since President Reagan who've talked about this, and you really will not get a final solution to this issue unless you get Congress involved. And that involves some give and take, helping people, making sure that sanctuary cities aren't a thing, because the vast majority of Latino and Hispanic communities don't support these cities because they harm the communities. But you need to get rid of those, but as well as talk about how are we going to help the people who are here, who are trying to make a living, to try to find their American dream. There really has to be compromise from both sides.
Gabriel Nadales, Leon Fresco, thank you very much to both of you for joining the Al Jazeera News Hour.